How excited are you and everyone here about getting your hands on the trophy?
Very excited. It'll be a real proud moment from a personal point of view, of course it will, but for me it'll be a moment to stand back and really enjoy seeing the players lifted and celebrate and reward themselves for an incredible season. And I'll also spare a moment for the supporters, because from the first day I came in here on March the 4th and I was unveiled, I was determined to make them happy and deliver something that gave them the real Rangers back, and that is major trophies, and thankfully we've done the first one. I don't think everyone understands what you put into this role. This is a 24-hour role round the clock, because you go to bed, you're thinking about stuff every single night, and that's because you're so determined to change things and how they were when I first came in. There'd been a lot of hard work and a lot of effort gone in before I came to get the club to a certain place, and then it was about me taking it from that point and trying to get it back to where it is today. And moving forward now, it's about resetting certain targets and going again. That's what being part of Rangers Football Club is.
If I can throw you back to last summer, coming into this season, and the knowledge that there would be no fans in the ground, did it concern you, with everything that was at stake, that might be a hindrance to you this season?
I was frustrated and disappointed that there'd be no fans in, because that's what I get out of bed of a morning for, is to compete and challenge myself in front of supporters. I've done it since a very young age. I thrive off the heat and the passion and the desire from the supporters. I thrive off their will to win and the pressure that they put me under, and that's what I enjoy. That's the role and the job that I want moving forward. But I came up the M6 really determined and focused. I didn't really like how the season finished last year, but I totally understood the situation. Myself and my staff came in on the first day, I think it was June the 15th, and we were extremely determined to put things right and make sure that this season was different. And there's been an awful lot of work that's gone in with individual players, unit work, the team, the shape, the schedule, the medical side of things, you know, everything at the training ground, the preparation. We've had to work extremely hard. We've had hundreds and hundreds of COVID tests. We've done all kinds of different things. It's been a unique year, but my players have been unique and matched that, and they've put in some fabulous performances.
Did you have to change a lot from last season?
I think it was more a case of tweaking. I think mentally, in terms of the focus, in terms of the determination to make it a success, we had to change a lot, because we were still getting the bumps and the setbacks and the little tiny inconsistencies in the previous year. And the bumps were too painful, because we were going out of competitions and we were falling a little bit short. So I'd say it was more of a case of tweaking certain things and getting more people in the right place and ready for the challenges ahead.
Did you also have to rebuild the confidence of some of the players?
No, I don't think so. I think you certainly have to reset yourself from a personal point of view, and as a manager you have to reset everyone, give them new focus and new drive. I think the recruitment was really good and really strong in the summer, and I mean that in terms of we got the right people in the door at the right time. We added more firepower. We took away a lot of pressure off other people to have too much on them. I think if you analyse the season and reflect on it, the most positive thing to me is the contribution in terms of goals and assists being spread really well around the team, and every single person's being all in terms of keeping the ball out. That's a magic formula to have as a manager.
How much stress has there been to deal with this year, perhaps more than any other?
You don't go into management if you think there's not going to be any stress, for sure. For me, this has been a collective effort right across the club, from the board down. I just hope that everyone really shares and enjoys this moment, because everyone connected to this club is now realigned and in the right place with the right focus. So everyone deserves this moment. It's not just about the players and the football staff.
I know it's tough to look at individual games, but the game at Celtic Park in October, do you identify that as a turning point?
I think it was a big moment. Look, it's a difficult place to win. They're a good team. I think the difference with us is we've had to start from the beginning, if you like, or not the beginning, but we've had to start from a place where the team didn't qualify in Europe against a part-time team. It was finishing third. It was losing games 4-1, 5-0. It was a real tough dressing room to walk into. We've had to build this from the beginning. This wasn't a case of coming in and a manager had to leave for maybe a personal reason on the back of a league win or a double, or this was a journey, and this journey started from a very low place. So to be here now, it's very satisfying.
When you won the derby here at New Year, was there any point you thought at that moment, this is ours to lose?
I think it's a good sign when you don't really play to your maximum collectively, and you beat the ex-champions. I think that's a real good sign. We didn't play well on the day. We improved as the game went on, but Celtic were really strong in the opening 20-30 minutes. So to come away from that game winning it, there was big belief in the dressing room. Big belief that, right, this is a right, good time, and it's about us now just seeing it through. It's about us staying strong, staying consistent. We're in a good place because we're beating the ex-champions without really getting out of second gear. That's a good place.
Can I take you back to that weekend in March? You win here on the Saturday, and then Celtic are playing the next day, and you're all up at the training ground watching the game?
Yeah, well, look, I think it's important to say that it was about us getting the result first and foremost. And if we beat St Mirren, we knew it was virtually impossible to be caught. And we had a warm down in the schedule and recovery day in the schedule anyway. And it just happens that if Celtic don't get the right result, then we are confirmed as champions. So it made total sense for us to celebrate after St Mirren, because obviously the feeling was incredible. And then just to get confirmation, it was natural that we had the Celtic game on, and again the scenes were incredible, as you can imagine.
What was it like, the training ground that day when the final whistle went?
Emotional, exciting, fantastic to see the players. Relief, because, you know, as you say, going back, it's been a 3-year journey, just shy of 3 years. And it was also huge satisfaction to win the league so early on, and to be so far in front is credit to everyone's work that they've put in.
And you've continued the consistency since then in the league. Is that almost as pleasing as what you've done before, to keep that going?
I think it tells me that this group are ready to challenge whatever's in front of them. The cup competitions domestically don't sit well, and we want to try and put that right moving forward. But the two main priorities, with all due respect, are always Europe and the league, especially in a year like this. You know, having trying to achieve 55, but also to stop the 10. It was a massive year in terms of the league, so I think the players have really been tuned in, and they haven't allowed themselves to come out of that. They still seem in that zone.
You won plenty of trophies as a player. How does winning a league title as a manager feel? Is it different?
Well, considering I didn't win one as a player, it felt absolutely special. Really, really special. It's difficult to describe. I've had some magnificent times as a footballer. I've achieved stuff that I didn't dream of achieving. I think I've gone on record many times to talk about them. We don't have to go there, but to win a league, having not done it as a player, in my own little secret moments, it's been very special. I took on a big challenge here. I was a rookie manager and an experienced manager. I wasn't the man for the job in many people's eyes and their opinions. But that's not important to me. I can cope with all external opinions. I can cope with external pressure. For me, it's what's my drive? What do I want to achieve? What do I see? What do I feel? And when the call came with the opportunity to talk to Rangers, I could visualise something in my own time that I thought was going to be special. And part of it, I've already done it because I've delivered the league, but there's more that I've visualised, and I want to achieve more.
Such as what?
More success, more trophies. I would love to make this team punch above its weight and deliver Champions League. If we can, that's a target. It'll be tough, but we have that opportunity.
Have you considered what it will be like the next time the stadium's full?
I haven't forgot what it was like when it was full before. I've had some of the best nights of my football career so far in this stadium. European nights, whole firms, big games. That's a nice feeling. That's a good place to be, and that's why I love my job and I love my role, and I want many more of them nights.